Do you ever feel yourself rushing through the day, even when there's no real reason to rush? Today, I want to explain how urgency and the nervous system are linked, why our modern lives keep us in go mode, and how to start to retrain your body to slow down and feel safe again. As many of you will know, the nervous system is designed to protect us, but it's constantly scanning the environment for danger so it can respond, whether that's through fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. And of course, that's incredibly helpful if we need it, like when a car comes speeding around the corner when we're about to cross the road. But when our nervous system is stuck in survival mode, everything can feel urgent. When we live in a near constant state of being on, the sympathetic nervous system, the part responsible for fight and flight, starts to dominate. And that really doesn't feel good at all. When our bodies sense a threat, even if that's just a stressful or scary thought, it releases stress hormones to help us act fast. The heart races, muscles tense, and digestion speeds up or slows down. And with the way we live today in such a fast-paced world, our system can react with a sense of danger to things like emails, work deadlines, or the pressure we put on ourselves to do better or be better. I'd like you to take a moment now to reflect on how your body feels when it's in a state of urgency. Maybe your chest feels tight, your breath gets shallow, or your tummy starts to feel tense and tight. All of those are signs your body is yet to feel safe to slow down. For many people, especially those who have been through trauma or grown up in unpredictable environments, urgency isn't about modern life, it's about survival. And if you grew up in a home where you had to stay alert to, for example, avoid criticism, to anticipate the needs of others before your own, or just to keep the peace, your nervous system may have learned that being quick, responsive, and hypervigilant was the safest way to be. And of course, these patterns commonly carry over into adulthood, even when the original threat is long gone. I even notice that I do this myself sometimes. I'll catch myself wanting to finish everything straight away, putting pressure on myself when no one else is asking for it. And when I slip into that mode, my body feels like it's speeding. These days, however, I am much better at noticing it. And when I do, I take a few slow, deep breaths and ask myself, what, if anything, is actually urgent? And then I make a calm plan from there. What's important to remember is the brain doesn't really distinguish between real or perceived urgency. If it feels urgent to you, even if that's a scary or worrying thought, the nervous system still shifts into high alert and the body responds as if you're in danger. When the nervous system stays in that high alert state, it starts to show up in the body, especially in the bladder and the bowel. The bladder and the gut are deeply connected to the stress response. When the body is under stress, it prepares to move fast, which can increase the contractions of the bladder and make you want to go to the toilet really urgently. And research even shows that as stress levels go up, bladder symptoms tend to increase too. And the same thing happens with the bowels. When you're stuck in go mode, the body doesn't just speed up the heart, it can also speed up digestion. In a true emergency, the body wants to be light and fast, so it may empty the digestive system. That's why some people feel the urge to rush to the toilet before a presentation, an exam, or when they are anxious. And this can also include anticipatory anxiety, where you're worrying about something that may happen in the future. Over time, if we live in a constant state of urgency, the brain and the gut start to learn that pattern. They begin to react to everyday stress as if it's a real emergency. This can lead to bowel urgency, that sudden uncomfortable need to go right now, even when the body isn't in danger. And just like the bladder, the more it happens, the more sensitized the nervous system becomes. We then begin to anticipate it happening, especially when the usual triggers come up, whether that's socializing, visiting somewhere that's unfamiliar to you, or going into the office for the day. We may also start tensing up and scanning for bathrooms, all of which keeps the whole system in fight or flight. And of course, it's really important to remember that it's not all in your head. Your symptoms and sensations are real. It's just your body trying to protect you and keep you safe. And the good news is that it can be retrained. So I'm just going to take you through a few strategies that you may like to use if you have a sense of urgency in your life and or in your body. Just a few simple strategies that you can use often to help you remind your body that it is safe. So the first one is awareness. And this is just simply noticing when you're in that urgency mode. And you may just notice this and acknowledge this by saying, oh, there's urgency. Simple as that, just noticing that thought that might come up about something being urgent or that feeling in your body of urgency, I really need to go to the toilet now. And then you might like to ask yourself, is this truly urgent or does my nervous system just think it's urgent? And we'll talk a little bit more about how to handle that when it's bowel or bladder urgency in a sec. The next one, as always, is just Simple, but not always easy to remember to do when we're in a state of urgency or anxiety, but it's just to stop and take a breath, even if it's just 3 long, slow breaths. I like to put my hand on my belly and just breathe in for about 5 and hold it for a second, and just a little bit longer on the exhale, and just taking a moment to do that cycle, just allowing your mind and your body to calm down. And just by doing this, so simple and so quick and easy, it's just sending signals to our brain and our body that we are actually safe because we've got time to stop and take a deep breath. The next strategy is to take a mindful pause. So when you feel that rushing in your mind and body, experiment with pausing even just for a few seconds. To do this, just take a moment to look around your space, feel your feet, soften your shoulders, and if you are dealing with bladder or bowel urgency, you can practice gently delaying going to the toilet while you're relaxed. This helps to retrain your body that it's safe to wait, even if it's just for a moment. This means the stool can stay in the gut just a little bit longer, so more water can be reabsorbed, and sometimes that's enough for things to settle naturally. And lastly is just to take some time to be kind to yourself, remembering that your body is doing the best it can to protect you. We're not trying to fight urgency, we're simply trying to teach the body that it doesn't have to live in that emergency state anymore. So that self-compassion could be just hand on heart, or your favourite self-compassion meditations. My favourite teacher for self-compassion is Tara Brach, and she has a lot of free meditations on the Insight Timer app, which I also love. So whatever it may be that works best for you, just taking a moment for that gentle self-talk, or lying down or closing your eyes, sitting down somewhere comfortably and doing a meditation. But always there is room in our lives for self-compassion, no matter what it is we're going through. So just remembering that urgency starts in the nervous system, but we can retrain it. Through awareness, slowing down, and mindful breathing, we begin to teach the body that it's safe again. You don't have to always be in go mode. Your body can learn to rest, digest, and move through life at a calmer pace. If this topic resonates with you, you might also like my video on gut-brain connection and how stress affects digestion, which I will link in the description below. And if you'd like some personalised support, I offer one-on-one hypnotherapy and coaching sessions to help you retrain your nervous system and feel safe in your mind and body again. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.